For Canberra guys in as with the reverse jab. Puts up the half. Oh my goodness! It was the goodness! Jonathan Wade from three puts it up and makes it to Taylor down. Pandemonium here at Alpha High. Fans on their feet. Taylor down raises. Whoa! Oh my.
A strong, smooth, creamy latte.
Be your own barista at Coles Express with award-winning Coles Urban coffee culture from just $1. Express yourself at Coles Express.
Suffer from muscle or mild joint pain? Try Zia Pain Relief Cream from Zia, an anti-inflammatory cream providing temporary pain relief using natural active ingredients. Experience the Zia difference at zia.com.au.
Round two of the 2023 Coles Express NBL 1 South continues here at Keilor Basketball Stadium. Good evening and welcome back to the double header after the women got it done by 10 points against Ballarat. Did Keilor Thunder. We're now here for the men's game. Michael Thompson and Cons with you as part of our weekend ahead together. Joining me is my expert for the second time this weekend. Will be a third time tomorrow night in Jamie Beaton. Jay, good evening to you.
I'm glad I'm flying out Sunday. I'm done with you.
How are you?
One more day to go. No, I'm excited. This is going to be a hell of a game. The Keilor Thunder are noticeably a larger side, but the wings for this Ballarat Miners, they're something else. This is going to be a contrasting match of styles, brute force versus wing entry penetration, I presume. I've watched games from both teams and really, really excited for this one.
I was going to say Ballarat had ended up winning both of their games. They're currently undefeated in season 2023. A 118-100 win over the Bendigo Braves last Thursday. They also got it done 92-68 against Melbourne Tigers in night number one. Whereas a 15-point defeat for the Keilor Thunder, 88-73 last Sunday against the Knox Raiders.
Shout out to Shakuk Riak's mama who's tuned in to watch. We'll make sure I try not to mess his name up, I promise.
Do your best here.
To be fair, if one of us is going to screw up names, it's going to be me.
Yeah, I've ended up perfecting the names, that's for sure. As we're about to start the opening tip very, very shortly. We'll have the teams for you very, very shortly as well, as we're seeing Ballarat just coming out onto the floor very, very... Whereas we're waiting for Keilor to make their first appearance tonight. Good crowd tonight for Friday Night Hoops. It's really good to see. We'll keep our eyes peeled as well across the other games that are happening as well right now in both the men's and the women's. Who's your tip in this one, Jake?
Oh, unpopular opinion, I'm going with Ballarat. Close.
I think Ballarat are probably going to get it done too, but only just. As we're about to start this one very, very shortly. Some of the other results coming through. So Mount Gambier, 25-point win.
Yeah, Mount Gambier looked tough this year, men's and women's. They came out with a point to prove.
Ringwood up by 16, and Sandringham got the job done by 15 over Kilsyth. So we're about to begin this one here live from the Keilor Basketball Stadium. It is the Keilor Thunder and the Ballarat Miners to start things off.
On the upside, I know every player on the court, so not having a stat sheet right now is doable, but this first quarter could get a little hairy.
It'll be Ollie Hayes-Brown to start things off as we are here for the opening tip, and it is won by Keilor, and it will be Wardlow to Triplet, who's good. It's good to see Zach Triplet back out there too. We caught him a couple of Melbourne United games, and Triplet starts with a triple.
Really? Triplet shooting triples? Who would have thought?
3-0 Keilor, good start for the Thunder.
Great start for Keilor.
On the other end, here's Pozzoglu. We know exactly what danger he could do. Turnover.
He should have gone up there.
Going away here of Keilor. Jenkins, can he get himself on a score sheet? He can. Fast start here for the Keilor Thunder. Jenkins adds his name to the score sheet alongside Triplet. 5-0 the Thunder. Pozzoglu, former Tiger himself. Thoseby, one with the Sydney Kings. Rudolph to Cody. Hands it off now to Davidson. Jacob Davidson. You got to watch this kid.
That's what Jacob Davidson was brought in to do.
Good things about Jake Davidson. The American fights with a triple.
Shot almost 50% in college from deep. Pure shooter. And he can relocate with one dribble. You've really got to push him off, run him off the line, see what he can create on the bounce.
Wabash College is where he's from. NCAA Division 3 team.
I wondered what the hold-up was. They're making sure the jerseys are tucked.
It'll be Oliver Hayes-Brown. Good to see Hayes-Brown back in the NBL 1
state.
South after a dominant display for Willerton last season in the NBL 1 West.
Oh, the man, the myth, the mullet. He's a large human.
Hayes-Brown hands it off to Heath. Robbie Heath hands it off to Triplet to Hayes-Brown. Brown, travel called there on the big man.
Yeah, it didn't get any leeway on the little drop step.
It's in the hands of Max Cody. Cody upwards finds Pozzoglu. Back to Cody on the 45. Pozzoglu hands it off to Thoseby. Thoseby, no problems there for Adam Thoseby.
There's just something about a lefty shooter.
Thoseby puts the Miners in front. Here's Wardlow. Hands it off. Was thinking about Hayes-Brown. Hands it off to Triplet. He can't get another three to his name. However, good backhand there from Jenkins, and Jenkins gets a 2.
Yeah.
Lightning start from both sides in this one. Ball in the hands of Thoseby. It's good there for Thoseby.
Using the veteran savvy to get to the rim.
Adam Thoseby up to 5 points for the game thus far. The ball's in the hands of Wardlow. For the Thunder, Hayes-Brown had possession, keeps possession. Going to try and go himself. The step back 2. Is it good enough here for Hayes-Brown? It's no good. And the ball goes out. It stays with the Thunder. Now, Liam Allison spoke on the NBL 1 South podcast about Jacob Davidson and just to sort of watch him tonight. Apparently there's been good things heard about the American coming out who's playing for Ballarat tonight.
Yeah, Liam and Chris are a bit higher on him than I am, but I'll be pleasantly surprised.
Turnover here. Way to Thunder. Triplet might go. Had the chance. Had to go with the layup instead.
He went for a dunk and just lost the ball in transition.
Forgot how fast he is, too.
2 points is still 2 points. Doesn't matter what it looks like.
Rudolph misses on the 3. And Heath might go for a triple here for the Thunder. He can't do so. Pazoglu mops up for Ballarat. Hands it off to Max Cody. Cody in the post. Bounce pass is good. And it's good enough there for Davidson. It's Keilor about to make their first substitution of the game. Lewis about to check in very shortly. Ball in the hands of Jennings. Jennings inside the paint. Draws his foul. He's going to go to the line for the extras.
Nick couldn't get his other hand out in time.
Lewis checks in. Wardlow checks out.
Yeah, so 2 Knights, 2 Lewises. Reese Lewis, brother of Benny Lewis.
Yep. Benny had it.
Or
All right,
cousin.
game last night.
Can't remember if it's cousin or brother. Either way, closely related.
Lewis started for the Falcons in their 3-point win against the Melbourne Tigers last night. Came hard strong in that fourth quarter, didn't he?
Yeah, almost. Could have almost taken over at one point.
Jenkins going to go to the line for the extra. He missed on the first, gets the second to go down. 10-9, naked 10 all now. Here's Davidson. To Pazoglu. Thosby keeps it in. Almost a backcourt violation. Thosby from outside. Clean as a whistle there from Adam Thosby. Had a good season last year for Perry Lakes West in the NBL 1 West competition.
Yeah, but he didn't finish with Perry Lakes. Was it Casey he finished that? He came back to the South mid-season.
Yeah. I think it was Casey from memory. But he did have a decent season with Perry Lakes up until that point when he headed back to Victoria middle of that year. Whistle being called. Just waiting for the final.
Wonderful
Communication.
We're going to go with the no comment. I pushed my boundaries too much in the women's as it was.
Hayes Brown to check in. Also, Hayes Brown to shoot from the line. All a bit flustered at the moment after that decision. And Hayes Brown drains the first one easily.
Yeah, Hayes Brown actually has quite a nice jump shot. For somebody that large, you generally expect them to just be paint operators, but he can certainly stroke it.
Went to Willerton. Was on the Perth Wildcats list in the NBL. Also dominated years ago for the Dandenong Rangers in the genesis of the NBL 1 competition. Thosby finds Cody. Ball turned over. And Hayes Brown calms things down a bit. Off to triplets. Zach might go to work here. Kicks it off to Hayes Brown. Hayes Brown was seeking 3. He's going to go for a floater instead. It can't roll in. So Ollie Hayes Brown going to have to go do it the hard way again.
Ollie Hayes Brown causing mismatch problems out there.
He's very hard to play on, isn't he?
Well, I really like the wings from Ballarat, but they're a bit small to be guarding a man of Hayes Brown's stature. They do have Amos Brooks on the bench right now, who's probably big enough, but he's not a full-time starter for Ballarat. So, as I said, it's the contrasting styles and which one wins out.
Hayes Brown gets the first to go down. Plus, he would have enjoyed his time over in the West last season, playing for Willerton and then being on Perth Wildcats' primary list. Ollie Hayes Brown gets the second to go down. A massive asset to Keilor Thunder in season 2023.
Yeah, huge signing for them.
Davidson keeps possession. Might go himself. Shoots on the 45. Jack Davidson misses on the 3. Mopped up in the end by OHB.
Is that what we're going with tonight? OHB.
Might be the best way to do it. Bounce pass is good for Jenkins. Jenkins inside, loses the ball, turnover. Davidson on the fast break, hands it off to Cody. Whistle called in the end.
Triplet took the charge.
He did well there, Zach Triplet, to take that. And he's had a good start to this game too, Zach Triplet. Former Melbourne Tiger himself, Zach Triplet. We got to call a few of his games towards the latter part of 2021.
Yeah.
And then he was on Melbourne United's list for 2 seasons, from memory.
Yes, he was. He's not signed currently, is he?
No. So Zach Triplet, a free agent, will definitely be looking to be on a list for the NBL in the summer. He's got
the feeling is he'll go back to United, but we'll see.
Kicks off, good enough here for Lewis. Lewis from outside drains a 3. Keilor out to a commanding 4-point advantage with 4:40 left in the first. And Davidson on the other end.
Still going to get 3 points, just a different way.
Good speed and finesse on Jack Davidson. The Division III college athlete from Robarts College over in America will head to the line for the extras. Make it a 3-point play. He's up to 7 points for the game thus far, Jack Davidson. Drains the 3-point play. 4:36 left in the first. And a high-scoring first quarter, which is what we like here at Keilor. Hayes Brown used well as a screen. Lewis drains the 2.
Lewis is starting to feel it. You can see it coming.
Extends the lead out to 3. Lingard on for his first minutes of the game for Ballarat. Rudolph hands it off again to Davidson. Davidson again slick. Couldn't get that bucket this time. Ball goes out. Going to go away, Keilor. Riak on for the Thunder.
Yeah, Riak's one of those interesting players. He plays a lot on the perimeter. He's really agile, gets a lot of boards, and he just works hard. So it was a really good pickup for Keilor getting him.
Averaged 7 points per game so far this season. 8.81 points per game last season.
That was NBL 1 East, no?
That was. Here's Hayes Brown. The roll-in is good there from Ollie Hayes Brown. Extends it out to 5 points now, there's the Thunder. Davidson, going to try and go coast to coast. Stands back, kicks it off to Lingard. Lingard misses on the 3 ball. Reacted really well there. Mopped up well for the Thunder. Hands it off to Triplet, and away go to Thunder. Here's Lewis. Corner 3 here for Lewis. He misses. Hayes Brown tried to use his big frame to crash the O boards. Couldn't do so in the end. And away goes Lloyd to Thosby. Thosby's been good from outside. Not on that decision there. Mopped up in the end there by Rudolph.
You really want to make that just so you can clip your highlight.
Cuts it back to 3 points, 21-18. Let's see a double sub. Jenkins and Wardlow about to check in shortly. Here's Hayes Brown. He wanted to go for the dunk. Had 2 to contend with. Said, I'll just release the ball and see what happens.
When do Ballarat bring Brooks in just for somebody who can physically match Hayes Brown?
Davidson, Lingard, Thosby, back to Lingard. Here we go, the double substitution. So
make it a triple sub. Carlo Camp's making his first appearance.
Hayes off, Hayes Brown off, triple it off. So we're going with a more faster looking Keilor Thunder on the floor right now, which I really like.
Yeah. The word Carlo Camp is synonymous with fast.
Davidson. Well, looks like someone who can match Davidson for speed could be Carlos Camp. We'll see. Chance here, floater's good. Up top there from Zach Dunmore, and cuts it back to 3.
Yeah, Zach Dunmore played CBO in the offseason and won the MVP.
React, long range, missed on the 3.
That's just...
Davidson. Off to Lloyd. Lloyd, the step back shot, not bad there from Lloyd. Missed on the shot. Riak mops up again. Here's Wardlow to Lewis. Chance here for Camp. He thought about it. Hands it back to Lewis. Reese Lewis might go for three. Thought about it. Chance here. Good to the deep two there in the end there for Lewis.
Yeah, he was trying to get to the rim. He just couldn't turn his corner.
And a whistle called. And it's going to be called on Zach Dunmore.
It's going to be called on Carlo.
Carlo Camp, my apologies.
It's one of those, it's kind of that vet move, just rip through. It's very popular in America right now.
Here's Rudolph to Davidson. Back to Rudolph. Dunmore. Fast, phonetic passing here from Ballarat. Here's Jack Davidson. Draws his foul. 8 points, 1 rebound, 1 steal so far for Jack Davidson tonight.
And he's been really aggressive. It's good to watch.
Be good to see what Jack Davidson can do in helping the Miners cut back this lead. 89 seconds left on the clock. The first is good there from Jack Davidson. He's very fast on the fast breaks, is Jack Davidson. Got a good turn of foot.
Yeah, he's certainly got an elite first step.
Gets both of them to go down. And here comes Reese Lewis. Lewis might go coast to coast here. The layup shot is good there from Reese Lewis. 5 points the margin in favour of the Thunder. Davidson. Long ball, it's good to Zach Dunmore. Dunmore steps back, Lingard kicks it back to Dunmore. Dunmore steps back for three, misses on the shot. Mopped up again by the Thunder. And away goes Jenkins. Jenkins to Camp, kicks it into the corner for Riak. Riak for three!
And that's what Riak brings for you, because it's a stretch four. He really does open up that entire floor for you.
8 points the margin. Keilor off to a good start. Dunmore, the hook shot, no good. Draws his foul, going to go to line for the extras.
And triplet returns.
It's been a good start to this game here at the Keilor Basketball Stadium. It's been fast-paced. It's been high-scoring. And we're not short of highlights in the first 10 minutes. Dunmore. First goes down. Zach Dunmore averaged 5.14 points per game, shooting at 33.77% last season. And the second goes down again for Zach Dunmore. 6 points the margin, 30 seconds left of the first quarter. Wardlow says, let's take our time here. Hands it off easily to Riak. To Wardlow. Back to Riak. Kept it. Kicks it off to Triplet. Triplet with another triple.
Yeah, you got to know your scout there. You got to be up and in.
6 seconds left on the clock. Can they get a last-ditch three here? Davidson got denied. 1.3 seconds left. Keilor lead by 9. And Zach Triplett inbound here for the Thunder from the baseline. Hands it off to Lewis. Lewis might go half court. Give it a shot. Hits the backboard. And a quarter time, the Thunder lead by 9. What a start to this game here for your Friday night. And it was led there by Reese Lewis and Zach Triplett and Ollie Hayes-Brown.
Yeah, once again, the Keilor team has come out firing with something to prove, and they've really taken it to the Ballarat team. Great to see in a 33-point quarter. It's a huge quarter. That's what, on pace for 120.
Absolutely, it is. Just some of your thoughts as well. I think Ballarat weren't expecting Keilor to get out to the fast break like they did, and it was really the Zach triplet 3 that really started the onslaught for the Thunder.
And they just kind of felt like they were going to let Ollie Hayes-Brown get to the hoop. So like, you got to meet him with more resistance than that, because if you let a big man like Ollie get going, he's going to put 50 on you.
Yeah.
Like, you need to clamp him down early and hope he just decides he can't be bothered. He's so much bigger than anybody else out there. You can't let him have 3 straight pick-and-roll easy bunnies. You've really got to go.
And then Jack Davidson, another person in particular who has really stood out for me from a Ballarat Miners perspective. He's leaned with 10 points.
Yeah, I've been surprised how well he works off the bounce. Generally, shooters of that ilk aren't great drivers, but he's doing quite well on the drive, and he's really causing headaches for Keilor.
33-24, both sides making their way out of the huddles for quarter time. Some of the other stats that really stand out for us: 9 rebounds to 4 in favour of Keilor. Keilor not afraid to crash the boards defensively. They've also got one more offensive rebound than what Ballarat do, 2-1, 9-4 they lead in that assist, and then assists. Well, they're really sort of sharing the love at the moment, 7-3 in favour of the Thunder.
Yeah, it's been a really good quarter. I'm really excited for more.
It's going to be.
And on that note, both teams return to the court.
Nicholas Bazoglu going to be the person who's going to inbound to start the second quarter here from Keilor Basketball Stadium, round number 2 of the 2023 Coles Express NBL 1 South. Cody to Bazoglu. Amos Brook on for his first minute, so we'll see if he makes a difference when Ollie Hayes-Brown comes back onto the floor. Chance here for Dunmore, inside for Brook.
Great pass by Dunmore.
And Brooks draws his foul. Got to go line for the extras. And that'll be Wardlow's second foul of this game. Amos Brooks. Averaging 6.5 points per game so far in season 2023. Up from his 3.45 last season. But he was shooting at 63.83 from the fields. Brooks gets the second to go down. Margin at 8, 33-25. Keilor leads. Ball in the hands of Wardlow.
Getting heavily pressured.
Wardlow goes through the lanes. Did really well, did Wardlow. Found a bit of traffic. Side swipes. Not one, but 2 minors. Here's Cody. Inside the paint for Dunmore. Brooks might try and go up top. He couldn't do so. The drive was good. Triplet in the corner for 3. No good this time from Zach Triplets. Ballarat slow things down. Lloyd.
Yeah, bad pass.
He turns that ball over. Riak, the recipient of it. Into the hands of Wardlow, who's had a fantastic start to this second quarter. Turnover again by Keilor. And away go Ballarat. That's good enough there for Bazoglu.
Yeah, Nick can turn on the jets when he wants to, and he's big, he's strong, he's got great core strength. He finishes through contact really well.
Nick Bazoglu can go line for the extra. As we see a double substitution, Davison back on the floor. Jenkins back on the floor for the Thunder.
And here comes OHB for the matchup we've been looking for.
So OHB versus Amos Brooks. That's good. Riak will take a seat. And Ollie Hayes-Brown comes into the game. So here we go. There we go, Jay. Oh, I was going to say I thought Hayes-Brown was going to match up on him now, but he's been told, no, can you please inbound for the ball for us?
Give
please,
him a
Ollie.
second.
Here we go.
Little shovel pass.
To Wardlow.
Surely first play down to post up.
And Ollie Hayes. See what he can do in this matchup here on Brooks. Triplets. Beautiful scintillating two there from Zach Triplets.
It's a great move by Zach Triplet and something you don't often see from him.
Davidson to Rudolph. Pazoglu kicks it back over to Rudolph. Might hand it back in. Decided to go for the hook shot. Missed on it. Hayes Brown caught Amos Brooks like a deer in headlights. He got the rebound. Here's Triplet. Triplet from long range. Can't get another three. He can't do so. Trying to keep his footing in the end there was Jenkins. He misses the ball. And away goes Davidson for the Miners. Miners up the front court. Pazoglu at the 45. Up top. Rudolph. Easy two there for Thomas Rudolph.
Great pass by Nick as well.
Ball in the hands of Wardlow. To Jenkins. Defensive foul
that's
called.
always going to get called.
Tyler Rudolph, my apologies, was the last one for the two-pointer there for the Miners. Margin at 7 points, 37-30. Jenkins not happy with it.
I get Jenkins' complaint, but regardless if the elbow stayed in or not, you can't drop the shoulder that much.
Tyler Rudolph to inbound.
The thing is if he does that on a big, it doesn't get called. But you've got to understand time and place. You know when there's a guard down there, the ref's kind of looking at it a bit more.
So Rudolph going to do it from the sideline instead of the baseline.
Yeah, ref just had a little moment.
Cody. It's getting loud in here too at Keilor, which is
Getting
good.
physical in here too.
Cody might go around, does so. Tried to go himself. He's had to head back, does so, finds Pazoglu. Pazoglu going to try and jump in. He draws his foul as Nick Pazoglu. And Adam Thosby about to check back in for the Miners. Probably a smart decision. Brooks off. Thosby back in on the offense. Thosby's been really good from outside the perimeter tonight.
Yeah, Thosby is a vet. He knows how to be effective, how to get to his spots, etc. What? Oh, they're calling. I thought they were about to call it no lineup. No, they were saying there was 4 Keilor Thunder players in the key.
Nick Pazoglu. This on the first. Can Nick Pazoglu get the second to go down, make it an 8-point, or make it a 6-point buffer? He does. 37-31.
Counting for the wrong team there, Tomo.
7:13 left in the second. Shut up.
Maybe we should count how many times you told me to shut up in a game.
Wardlow from long range finds Heath. Heath drains the three. 9 points the margin in favour of Keilor. Davidson to Rudolph. Rudolph with the hook shot, not bad there. Hayes Brown mops up with the rebounds.
Hayes Brown bringing the ball up.
Wardlow kicks it off. Jenkins in the corner for three, misses. Davidson, good rebounding there from the American. Hands it off to Pazoglu. Pazoglu!
And that's what Pazoglu brings you. He brings athleticism in transition and can finish through contact upstairs.
Good little jam there from Nick Pazoglu.
He was development player for the Phoenix.
Oh, Hayes Brown even did his own. Hayes Brown said to Pazoglu, he said to Pazoglu, anything you can do, I can do better.
He is a little bit bigger, to be fair.
Timeout called, 9 points the margin. 42-33. Timeout called on the floor. 6:16 left. And again, Keilor really finding the right kind of balance against this Ballarat outfit right now, Jay.
Yeah, it's a game of runs, kind of similar to the women's. I imagine this becomes a close game sooner rather than later, but it's a really enjoyable way to watch this game. Both teams are really intense and wanting the win, and it's good to watch.
Do you think, though, with Ballarat, what do you think they need to do to try and shut down the strength of Ollie Hayes-Brown, the speed of Jenkins, the speed of Triplett, the speed of, like, even the speed as well of Wardlow? Like, they're really killing them on the defense right now. Sorry, Jay, I knew you were trying to get to your point.
You got a massive mouthful in there. It's like you can't play Ollie Hayes-Brown one-on-one. If he catches it, you've got to double, and you've got to do your work early. As to the speed, you've got to give something up.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to give up speed, that's fine, because you've got your own speed there. Davidson's killing them. So it's match for match.
Pizoglu draws his foul.
And now Pizoglu's in a mood. There's 3 straight trips to the bucket for him. They have other ways of being effective that isn't just brute strength.
As Pizoglu will head back to the line. Jay changes his wardrobe.
Well, if everyone wasn't shooting so hot, I wouldn't get so damn hot in here right now.
Nick Pizoglu.
As I say,
very short first.
As he breaks the first one.
That's 8 of 12 now from the line. Sorry, 8 of 11 from the line now for the Miners at 73%. Make that 8 of 12.
I blame you on that one, Tomo.
Commentator's curse.
I'm not taking that one.
On Pizoglu. Borna hands a Wardlow. To Jenkins, to Triplets. Back into the hands of Wardlow. He's been good so far. Hayes-Brown up for the jam!
Yeah, but that's not on Lingard there. That's on his help. He's contained the pick and roll. Who helped him?
Margin at 11 points in favour of the Thunder.
Rudolph even.
Here's Rudolph. Hands the ball off to Cody. Cody in the post. Hands it back. Rudolph from outside for 3. Drains the 3 to Tyler Rudolph.
It's one way to answer back.
44 Keilor, 36 Ballarats. Wardlow finds Jenkins. Triplet at the 45. Outside the perimeter now for Wardlow. Long range 3. Can't drain it to go down. Jenkins, the athleticism. Hayes-Brown got denied by Pizoglu.
Nick Pizoglu hosting a block party.
Can the Miners take advantage? They can. Pizoglu, who started the passage of play.
That one's going to be on the top 10 in the weekend.
Entered up. Nice block on Hayes-Brown. Drains a 2.
You ran out of verbs there, didn't you?
I did. The jump shot was no good there for Wardlow. Hayes-Brown tried to go for a cheeky floater. No good there. Here comes Cody. Cody.
And here comes Nick.
Nick on the fast break with a layup.
He lost the handle on the way up. He was about to punch that one.
Timeout called by Liam Glasgow.
This is the frustrating part about Nick Pizoglu, though, is do more of that more often. If he did that for 40 minutes a game, he'd be NBL or higher. He has too many times he checks in and out of games. But then he has like a 4-minute spurt where you're like, you are all world.
Yeah.
Because there's, 4 people in the entire league that can physically match him when he's in a bad mood?
And Pizoglu, you know, he gets on a bit of a heater when his team is down. He knows that if he has to keep his...
Single-handedly just cut the lead in 2/3.
He's single-handedly brought his
Said,
team back.
the last 8?
Yeah, I think added the last, yeah.
And taken away a surefire too by blocking the all hell out of Ollie Hayes-Brown.
So put it this way. Ballarat have had 16 points to the quarter, and Nick Pizoglu has got 50% of that in this quarter alone.
Just needs to do it more often.
The captain stands up when the captain needs to stand up in situations like this.
Because I remember him at Tigers the first year of NBL 1. It was him, Davo Hickey, a few others.
I think a young little Josh Giddey as well.
Oh,
because Giddey was...
No, Giddey was with Centre of Excellence that year.
That's right, yeah. My apologies.
We called him in the COE DV game.
That's right.
I'm hoping my man Trey got a good photo of that. He had the angle. I'm going to be asking for that pic later.
You'll be asking for a few picks, that's for sure. Here's Riak back on the floor for the Thunder. Hands it back to Hayes Brown, loses footing there, and away go to Miners.
Great steal by Nick.
Long ball, is it good enough? No, it's not for Thosby. He misses on the three. They regain possession though. Here's Davidson from outside. Jack Davidson misses on the three. Can Thosby mop up again? It stays with Ballarat.
But the momentum's fully with Ballarat here. And all through Nick Pozzologlu. Pozzoglu. I get the Z in the wrong place all the time.
So Pozzoglu inbounds, finds Cody. To Jack Davidson. Davidson hands it back off to Cody on the 45. Davidson retreats.
It's going up.
Long ball.
Ooh.
Draws his foul. And Davidson's going to get not one, not two, but 3 shots at the line.
I don't know about that one. I feel like he got ball, and then after you get ball is kind of fair game there. But the ref had a better angle than we did.
And this is a really cracking contest. Here at Keilor Basketball Stadium, Davidson. First one doesn't go in for the American.
Guess I don't need to say it. Just if you're on camera, have a look at the Keilor coach.
Davidson drains the seconds. Jack Davidson, NCAA Division III athletes. In the words of Meatloaf, 2 out of 3 ain't bad for Jack Davidson. Cuts it back to 2 points, 44-42. Wardlow, Riak, off, long ball, it's good. Wardlow,
Reese Lewis.
Yeah, Lewis drains the 3, my apologies.
Reese has been really good tonight.
So Lewis now up to 12 points for the game, and Pozzoglu answers back. 12 points
And he had
now.
something to say about it.
Nick Pozzoglu up to 12 points for the game.
And 12 points in the quarter.
Wardlow.
Or at least 10 of them.
Riak to Lewis. Might try and go again. Hands it off to Riak instead. Riak drains the 3. Margin at 6. 2 triples in a row for the Thunder. Here's Davidson. Davidson might go himself. Lay out through the back door. Did well there, Jack Davidson.
Nice bit of pretty English off the glass.
Wardlow up the floor for the Thunder. Might go himself. Offensive foul called. And copying all of that in the end was Jack Davidson. As Jenkins checks back in for the Thunder. Hayes Brown going to have a rest.
Oh. I wouldn't be pulling Nick out right now.
And Jake Lloyd back on the floor. Nick Pozzoglu is going to take a spell with 2:40 left in the second.
The way he's been playing and the bad mood he's in, I'd be leaving him run.
Lloyd to inbound for the Miners. 50-46. Keilor again got a home crowd advantage tomorrow night here.
And then Sunday too for Youth League.
Yep. It's a busy weekend here for Keilor.
My man Todd gonna need to put a mattress in here.
Here's Davidson, the 45. Hands it off to Rudolph. Rudolph good on the deep 2. Mid-range was fantastic there from Tyler Rudolph. Todd Morrison, Lincoln Allen heading up your call for tomorrow night's game between the Thunder and the Melbourne Tigers.
No. Tune in to Dandy Hobart instead.
Yep, hear us, you and me.
Although after 2 nights, maybe you need a change of pace.
Cody might go himself, drains it in, can't roll it in the end there, Max Cody, and triplet.
And we're at a 2-point game.
150 left. Triplet, might go for another triple, can't do so. Try to get the O board, saw Lewis there instead.
Foot on the line.
And Davidson.
Yeah, he was too worried
Yeah.
about where Reese Lewis was, not worried where his big feet were.
So Zach Triplett inbound here for the Thunder. Minute 45 left in the second, 50 to 48. And all eyes on Zach Triplett. And a call there on Jake Lloyd.
Okay.
So he's going to stay with Keilor. And Zach Triplett's inbound from the baseline. As we wait. We could begin again. Triplets to Lewis. Jenkins. Riak to Wardlow. Wardlow on the opposite 45 to the broadcast side. Might go himself. Mid-range 2. Good there from Wardlow. Marching back out at 4 in favour of Keilor. Here's Lloyd. Thosby. Inside for Lloyd. He's going to stay with Ballarat. (52-48), 4 points the margin. 1:17 left.
And that's a Ballarat timeout.
Up. Good enough there for Jake Lloyd. Cuts it back to 2.
Cool for one, but didn't get given one. Great play.
Wardlow. Mid-range shot. Might be good. Rolls in. Spending an eternity up there, Jay.
Yeah.
Wardlow hit the deck really hard.
Yeah, his landing zone was taken a little bit. But
So we've got a pause in play. Wardlow's all good.
and now the timeout for Ballarat has come.
The timeout on the floor, 4 points the margin, under a minute left, 59.9 seconds left. It's been an exciting contest, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a really exciting game, and one sure glad I'm sitting courtside for.
In the other games at the moment, across the league,
Around the grounds.
Hillside leading 45-31 over Sandy.
Ben Plone?
We'll find out very, very shortly as I get the NBL One app. And if you don't have the NBL One app right now, what are you doing to yourselves? Make sure you download it because you will not
At least
miss
he's
any
working
moments.
this week.
Ben Air with 6 points so far. Campbell Blog with 9 and 2. Dane Pinot with 6 and 7.
Great Dane.
So Sunshine Bird with 2 and 3, and Tom Coppins with 3 of his own, and Dylan off the bench with 5 points. And then for Killside, Jamie Hale, of course, 14 points for him. He's the lead. He's the top scorer so far for the Cobras. And then in the other game that's still playing live right now, Diamond Valley out to a 17-9 lead over Ringwoods.
Nice.
And Mount Gambier and Casey are about to tip off out of Mount Gambier at their brand new facility too, not the Ice House anymore.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that one. I'm not going to lie.
I do miss the Ice House because that's been Mount Gambier through and through, but they're playing at the new stadium called the Wallunda Recreation and Convention Centre. Doesn't roll off the tongue as well as the Ice House, does it? As play resumes. Cody. In for Rudolph. Back to Cody at the 45. Max Cody keeps possession, kicks it back off. Ball in the hands of Davidson.
Out of bounds.
And unfortunately for Davidson, his back foot was out of bounds.
Yeah, that negative step does make it really hard.
Yep. He had a double check conference with the official, and the official made sure of it. And Davidson, yeah, fair enough. Said, yeah, fair enough. Here's Wardlow. To react. Triplets. He can be electric from outside the perimeter. Back to Wardlow. Wardlow was thinking 3. Opted to go shooting from the elbow. That's clean there from Wardlow.
Nice turnaround in the mid-range.
Two-possession game now in favour of Keilor, 56 to 50.
And who said the mid-range game was dead?
Davison might go with the last shot. Kicks it off to Rudolph instead. Rudolph misses on the 3 ball. Last chance here for Lewis. Long range, hits the glass.
Had a chance.
He had a massive chance. But at halftime, it is Keilor leading this one, 56 to 50. We'll be back shortly with the halftime show and the second half here from Keilor Basketball Stadium.
Fasten up your seatbelts, do a double take. Don't need to be a millionaire to roll this kind of way. Yeah, I got the recipe to do it every day. Straight to the top, and that's where we gon' stay. Yeah. Step it up again. Yeah, yeah, you do it every day. Step it up, step it up.
Take it to the next level.
Step it up again.
Mitsubishi Pajero Sport. Elevate your adventure.
I'll have a strong, smooth, creamy latte.
Be your own barista at Coles Express. With award-winning Coles Urban coffee culture from just $1. Express yourself at Coles Express.
Suffer from muscle or mild joint pain? Try Kanzia Pain Relief Cream from Zia, an anti-inflammatory cream providing temporary pain relief using natural active ingredients. Experience the Zia difference at zia.com.au.
Welcome back to round 2 of the Coles Express NBL 1 South between the Thunder and the Miners. And at the half, it is Keilor leading by 6, 56-50. Michael Thompson with you. Jamie Beatson is my expert this evening. Jay, some of the summations from that first half, real end-to-end stuff from both sides.
Yeah, as Todd mentioned, it's really been an up and down, high-paced game. It's 56-50, looking really easy for both teams to crush through that 100-point mark. And the conflicting styles have made for a great game. The Keilor Thunder are a lot more batter and bruise.
Yep.
And the Ballarat are a lot more like on the perimeter based. Except for Nick, who's just trying to yam on everybody right now.
Pretty much. Jack Davidson, Nick Pozzoglu, the standouts for the Miners. And then on the other end...
Pozzoglu's block to dunk doesn't make top 10, I'll eat my hat.
There you go. We'll find out midweek, that's for sure. And then on the other side of the coin for the home team, Reese Lewis has been fantastic tonight with 12 points of his own. Ollie Hayes-Brown, 12 and 6. And Zach Triplet with 10.
Yeah, Triplet's added a little bit. He's been a bit off from deep. He's 2 of 6, but sure that'll turn around in the second half. And we're in for a blockbuster next 20 minutes.
And remember, the action continues across the weekend too. Jay and I are back tomorrow for the game between the Dandenong Rangers and the Hobart Chargers. And then, at this point in time, I'm flying solo on Sunday between Dandenong and Diamond Valley.
Yeah, it's a big weekend of hoops, and there's massive amounts of junior domestic basketball on across the state. Everybody loves a good Easter holidays, right?
It's good. How good is winter hoops? How good is Friday night hoops in the NBL 1?
I don't know. I could enjoy being on home at the couch watching these games. I quite like watching my NBL 1 West on a Friday night because they play a lot on a Friday.
Well, I was going to say you can do that after we are off air here from this game.
Yeah, I certainly will, especially if I can catch another one of the Rockingham Flames games.
Yeah.
Their team makeup's just insane. They're definitely going back to the national championship.
Now, the question is, can they go back-to-back in the national championships is the next question.
Well, I don't know, especially this year with everything starting a bit earlier. All the NBL-level players won't have the exodus they had in last year's finals. But they will go down swinging. That Rockingham Flames team is tough.
It is indeed. As the Thunder are about to inbound to start things off in the second half, it'll be William Jenkins to bring the ball back in here for the Thunder. We are ready to go. Third quarter action. Thunder, Miners. Thunder lead by 6, 56-50. Ball in the hands of Wardlow. Jenkins. Bounce pass is good for Hayes-Brown. OHB inside the paint. The step back shot. It's good from OHB. First points go the way of the Thunder in the third. They lead by 8. Rudolph to the hands of Cody. Cody shot from the elbow. Misses. Jenkins and Hayes-Brown had the right idea. Jenkins says, leave it to me, Ollie. Hands it back to Wardlow, the 45. Triplet. Going to drive. Ball sticks around. Long range 3. It's good. It's good from Heath. And the makeup of the Thunder scoring as the signs go. And thank goodness the front row doesn't go with it. Wardlow, battered, bruised, all of the above tonight. Hit the deck hard in the second quarter.
I think they're more worried about the spectator right now.
Went straight into the spectators by accident and took out both the Mitsubishi and the KO boards with him.
Hey, 2-for-1 special.
Wardlow's going to be sore in the morning.
I think he already was going to be sore. He's just adding a little bit more now.
He's going to need a lot of deep heat to get through tomorrow night's game against Melbourne.
Ice bath, sauna,
Yep.
Maybe a jet, what are they called?
We'll get back to that one. Rudolph from outside the perimeter, misses. OHB grabs the rebounds, and away go to Thunder. Wardlow kicks it off. Heath from outside. Not bad on the shot there from Heath. Missed though. And Ballarat mop up. And here comes Davidson. Davidson was seeking three-pointer.
He thought about it for sure.
He did. Chance here, though, for Thosby. Thosby making a minor mistake from a veteran. Triplet, layup, it's good.
And now the lead's out to 13. Ballarat really need to get back within striking distance.
They just need a bucket just to calm things down a bit, the Miners. Pazoglu to Thosby. Inside. Rudolph. The hook shot's good there from Tyler Rudolph. 11 points to margin.
Keilor's coach is giving OHB some pointers on how to deal with that.
Not often you hear that and see that. There is OHB. The Triplet. Opposite 45. Not bad on the shot there from Zach Triplet. Missed though. Davidson up top. Finds Rudolph in the post. And Tyler Rudolph hits the deck hard.
Yeah, Jenkins' leg just kind of came down after the hit. Bucket's going to count there, though. No foul, just...
It's Ollie Hayes-Brown.
Yeah, he's not real happy with something. I think he's trying to tell his coach he gets wrapped up every time he goes into the paint.
Yeah. Good way of communicating with your coach like that.
Yeah, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Both these Keilor coaches are very demonstrative, aren't they?
Yeah, very animated. It's probably the better word I would have used there, but...
pretty much the same word, but sure.
Triplet, Hayes-Brown from outside for three. He drains it, does Ollie Hayes-Brown.
I told you big man had range.
That puts a smile back on his face.
Give it 30 seconds.
Pazoglu, Thosby. Might go inside.
I could see this one coming.
Pazoglu, the floater, no good there.
Yeah.
Keilor did really well there to apply a lot of pressure to Ballarat.
Yeah, the double came when Nick didn't expect it, which threw him off balance.
It'll be Zach Triplet to inbound.
We've got a
timeout called.
Timeout.
Probably a much needed timeout too, just to calm things down a bit. Keilor all over. The Miners so far, a 10-4 run in the early stages of this third quarter, Jay.
Yeah, they just came out of the gates hot and once again kind of caught Ballarat napping, which seems to have been the entire night for Ballarat for both teams.
So if you're Luke Sunderland right now, the coach of Ballarat, what do you do to try and shut down the onslaught that the Thunder are just applying both offensively and defensively?
You've just got to lift your intensity. That's all it is. Like you've got all the skills in the world here. Maybe try and run some action for some of your shooters, but other than that, you've just got to work harder. And it's hard for a coach. You can't coach effort. Either players are going to give it or they're not. But we've seen Ballarat come back into this game on a very similar sort of run. I'm sure they're about to.
We'll give you a round of ground scoreline update very, very shortly across some other games too. So Kilsyth up by 16 against Sandringham at the moment, 59-43. Mount Gambier with an 8-point advantage to Casey. Casey want to bounce back after the shock defeat to Dandenong in week number 1. And Diamond Valley with a 14-point advantage over the Ringwood Hawks by, at the moment, down there at DV.
I presume that means DJ is going off for one.
We'll check his scores in the next dead ball timeout. So back here, Wardlow, Triplet, Hayes-Brown. At the 45, it's the big man. Loses possession too.
And 9 on the shot clock. It's got to be a pretty quick play call.
He's going to stay with Keilor. 6:52 left in the third. Heath. Jenkins to Wardlow. Hands it off to Zach Triplet for 3. Short on the 3 ball there from Zach.
It's not been his night from deep.
He started out hot from deep. Here's Davidson. The layup. Oh, blocked denied.
Yeah, just in time.
Brilliantly there by the Thunder. Can Triplet make amends? He can't. And a bit of late contact there from OHB onto Nick Pazoglu.
Yeah, he just mistimed where the ball was going to be. It's only his second, though, so he's in good stead.
But my goodness, Wardlow with a massive block.
I think it was Jenkins.
Oh, Jenkins.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Jenkins.
It's a good block, though.
floor wiper, couldn't get out of the way in time.
As I've been saying over the course of the evening, this game no short on highlights, so definitely a couple of these will be in contention for the top 10 of the week, that's for sure. The NBL One have got a very tough decision to make, don't they?
No, they don't. Just anything I say is a highlight, just put it in the top 10. We're good.
No. You always try and force the NBL One to do that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. He's done more. Davidson
Robbie
was caught
Heath.
napping by Heath. Heath makes him pay.
I remember Heath from his short stint in the Cairns Taipans in the NBL a year or two ago.
Yeah.
Really solid player.
Solid contributor he is.
Yeah, he just does a little bit of everything, works really, really hard, gives you exactly what you need. He's just not flashy.
He also had a good season a couple of years ago for Diamond Valley too, back in 2021. Long range three, missed on the ball there. Can they keep possession? They do. It's Ballarat though. Here is Rudolph, he misses. Through. And here we go. Heath going up. Oh, got denied!
He was timing that from a while back.
Robbie Heath got denied.
Nick can't do it 2 times.
Bang! Jenkins slams it down. 14 points now. Make that 16. This has been...
Keilor players are running on thinking it's a timeout.
This has been an incredible contest. Blocks, dunks, you name it.
You got to be really pissed off if you're Nick, though. You just make a highlight play block and they turn it over on the next possession, making it pretty much not worth anything.
Lingard, Pazoglu, Rudolph to the hands of Lloyd. Lloyd might shoot from mid-range, opted not to. He might head back. Trouble caught on Jake Lloyd. It's a shame too, because that was a nice three there from Davidson. It won't count.
This game's starting to get out of hand. Ballarat have got to find something and quickly.
And Keilor just all over Ballarat. And as you said, Jay, it's been the tale of pretty much both the men's and women's night. Robbie Heath from outside. 3 points. Make that a 4-point play coming up for Robbie Heath. What a third quarter Robbie Heath is having for Keilor. Timeout call on the floor.
Yeah, very good timeout. Momentum's definitely turned.
It's a 19-point advantage in favour of the Thunder. And they're just conferring that it was a three-pointer there from Robbie Heath. So Robbie Heath
signals.
So Robbie Heath is now going to try and make it a 4-point play, make it a 20-point advantage to Keilor.
Which makes it pretty much all panic stations for Ballarat.
Yeah.
Ballarat have scored 4 points in 5 minutes.
I think the one thing that really stands out to me right now is Keilor, barring their three-pointers, are shooting above 60% on all facets of the field, whether it's a two-pointer or from the line right now. 29 of 48 for Keilor in this game. 19 of 24 from inside the paint at 79%. Clean, precise shooting. These are numbers that Kilsyth normally put up week in, week out, Jay.
You love the Kilsyth shooting percentage, don't you?
I do. I did mention on the podcast this week that generally the Cobras don't shoot. They barely shoot from below 50%. It's normally above 50% per game they normally shoot, the Cobras. But Keilor shooting tonight's just been clean. And Robbie Heath has done everything right tonight. Nice three-pointer. Can't make it a 4-point play, unfortunately. Would have been good to see that ball drop. There would have been a dagger into the heart of the Miners. Here's Davidson. They're going to need just a bucket. Jack Davidson draws his foul.
Draws his foul's the operative word there.
Ollie Hayes-Brown going to pick up his third personal foul. And this could be potentially
Ollie's
He's having
certainly
a bit of fun.
yeah, certainly saying he's upset with it.
It's good to have him back in the NBL 1 South, isn't it?
Even just for the comic appeal.
Yep. Whereas Rudolph's going to check out and Thosby back on the floor.
Yeah, once Ollie Hayes-Brown left, they could go back to their all-wing lineup.
This is vital free throw shots here for Davidson.
Yeah, much needed.
He had a good start to the game. He's just gone cold after quarter time as Jack Davidson.
They've played him differently.
Davidson misses on that shot. Can they get the ball back? Bit of miscommunication. Jump ball good.
I think this is going to be a foul.
Oh, it's a foul, actually.
He jumped on his back.
And the mob squad have been asked again for their assistance.
To be fair, he did get trampled on.
73 to 55. Max Cody about to check back in for the Miners. 4.5 minutes left in the thirds.
Jenkins saying hello to the kids.
Good to say hello to one of the star players for the Keilor Thunder for season 2023.
Having a good game too.
And they look dangerous at the moment too. Keilor, Luke Jenkins! Joins the jam party as well, Jenkins.
It's a jam party tonight, is it?
It is. For Keilor, it's a jam party. Davidson.
Oh no, seems to have been a jam party both ways tonight.
Lloyds might lose it. They do. React on the back end of that one. Good pressure by Heath. Heath up the floor. Might go himself. Kicks it to React in the corner. 3-ball for React. It's good! 23 points now for Keilor. And that's the margin they lead by. Lloyd hands it off to Lingard. Lingard to Thosby. They need a bucket. They need a bit of urgency now due to Miners. Lingard keeps it, tries to go through the lanes. On the back end there, Pozzoglu tried to go for the jam, couldn't do so. Had to settle for the layup instead.
They're trying to argue it should have been a shot clock violation.
Robbie Heath heading up the floor now for
Rex Page
Keilor.
is going to make his first appearance, looking like a Jenkins sub.
Riak to Wardlow, sold some candy. And a bit of contact on Riak. Page, Lewis, and Cruz Beasley on for his first minutes too.
Yeah. Well, you're up 20. It's a good time to get some players through.
Triplet and Heath going to take a spell.
Robbie Heath doing work tonight.
Robbie Heath's had a really good third quarter. Here's Page. Wardlow. Wardlow tried to go for long range. And Page.
Page thought Wardlow was shooting it. You could tell.
And Jake Lloyd said, I'm going to fumble that ball away. It's going to be Reese Lewis to inbound for Keilor. Again, another player who's had a great night tonight is Reese Lewis. 12 points to his name, 1 rebound, 3 assists. So it's Lewis from the inbound. Long ball is good to Riak. Back to Lewis. 3 on the shot clock. Lewis, floater, no good. Can they get an O-ball? They can't. Thosby mops up for the Miners. Cody to Lloyd. Good chance here to step back. It's good there for Jake Lloyd. Cuts it back to 19. Another player's had a really decent game too. Wardlow, 8 and 5. React for 3! What a game React's having. 12 points now.
Yeah, 4 triples.
Ball stays with the Miners. Cody, Lloyd, Might go for the three. Opted to go inside the paint instead. Foul call. Jake Lloyd going to the line for two. Jake Lloyd going to the line for the extras. First one, no good. Lloyd, one to go. Second one's good. Margin at 21. Up the floor goes Wardlow to react. To the hands of Cruz Beasley. Wardlow. Bounce pass is good for Page at the 45. Beasley. Thinking about it. Bounce pass inside for Page. Page loses possession. Ballarat going to try their best to try and get it out of there as quickly as possible, but it's going to be with the Thunder. It'll be Wardlow. Long ball's good for Lewis.
Yeah, and he had a second. Hang on. Flop warning technical. I know Reese Lewis had a technical earlier. I couldn't really see. I couldn't see it well enough to comment, I guess.
Rudolph misses on the first.
Tech's only one. Rudolph was just like, where's my second free throw? It's like, there's only one nowadays, bro. It's unsportsmanlike as two.
Yeah. And unfortunately, there was no unsportsmanlike about it at all.
No, they're just saying Reese exaggerated contact. I thought it was a bit interesting.
Triplet coming back on. Wardlow going to take a rest. Ballarat inbound through Rudolph. Cody up the floor for Ballarat. Lingard might be used as a screen. Cody going to try and go himself. And a travel called.
I think he's pulled his hamstring.
Yeah. He did. He definitely felt something.
Just heard Davidson ask.
Yeah.
Presume it's something he's been playing through. Hopefully it's just a twinge, but you never know.
Because as he went for the drive, that's when he straight away.
It's when you plan.
Yeah.
If you're going to do your hamstring, it's when you plan heavily on that leg.
Yeah. He's not looking that good at the moment, Cody. But hopefully, it's just a twinge. Lewis drains a three though for the Thunder. Margin of 24. Davidson hands it off to Lloyd. Lloyd, long range three. That's good from Jake Lloyd.
And needed.
He's had a good third quarter, Jake Lloyd.
Yeah, I remember Jake Lloyd last year with Bendigo. He can definitely play.
21 points to margin. Here we go. Can they get another three? They can't. Ball goes out, stays with Thunder. Not liking Cody's body language either. So unfortunately, I don't think we'll be seeing him for the rest of the game. Lewis, travel. So Ballarat going to be down one man heading into the final quarter, Jay.
Yeah, he's done for the night, you'd imagine.
Yeah, with Max Cody looking like
even if it is just a cramp or a twinge, it's a long season. There's no point gutting for it right now and risking exaggerating it.
Here's Davidson. Draws his foul. Hit the deck hard too. 15 points for him.
Yeah, he's left a few at the line tonight, so...
As Robbie Heath comes back into the game.
There's 4 fouls on Lewis, that's why he's taking a sip.
Reece Lewis sitting down, Robbie Heath back in. What a third quarter Robbie Heath's having. He's been the catalyst pretty much for the onslaught in that third quarter from the Thunder.
Yeah, he certainly helps them pull it out.
Two good ones there from Davidson. Cuts it back to 19 points, 84 to 65.
This was only 6 at halftime.
It was. It's been a 28 to 15 run in favour of Keilor in this third quarter. Triplet, Page, turnover. Dunmore hands it off to Davidson. 6 seconds left on the game clock for the third quarter. Kicks off to Dunmore in the corner. Dunmore misses on that. Ball goes out of bounds.
.3. You'd say this has to pretty much be a lob or a really, really quick catch and shoot.
Yeah.
Which is where you bring Ollie Hayes-Brown in just to pretty much stand under the hoop so the lob becomes a lot harder.
Hayes-Brown back in, Page out.
Because now if you try and throw that lob, you've got to throw it over, what, like 6'8", 7'8" even?
Did their best there. No dicing in for Ballarat. And at three-quarter time, Keilor with a 28 to 15 advantage, lead by 19. We'll take a 60-second sabbatical. We'll be back with the fourth quarter on the other side of this. Welcome back. 19 points the margin, 84 to 65. As we turn for home here, 10 more minutes left in this one between the Thunder and the Miners. Thunder lead by 19. And to answer your question, Jay, about DJ Vasiljevic, 15, 3, and 3 are his numbers with 15 and a half minutes on the floor so far for TV.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. I was laughing at the floor wipers. What was the stat line?
15, 3, and 3 on the floor for 15 and a half minutes. So essentially...
Oh, yeah, in the first half. They must be starting a bit later than us.
In essence, DJ has been shooting a point a minute.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Pioneers by 13 at the moment over to Cavaliers.
Yeah, they're going to put them to the sword.
And speaking of
Nick Marshall, have yourself around one.
And speaking of teams being put to the sword, Kilsyde's putting Sandringham to the sword at the moment down at Kilsyde, 81 to 56.
Kilsyde look tough this year.
For those listening to the NBL One South podcast, we'll be having Tommy Hirsch, one of the callers for Sandringham, on the podcast in episode 2 next week. So keep your eyes peeled for that when it drops. Bit of questions to ask him about the Sabres season so far and what his expectations are as the fourth quarter begins with Lloyd. Rudolph, Davidson, didn't mind that. Rudolph needed the three to drain down, couldn't do so. Lloyd on the back end of that one, couldn't get there in the end. Heath finds Wardlow. And Wardlow, thinking about it, bit of contact, going to go away the Thunder, and it's been called there on Jake Lloyd. That's Lloyd's third foul of the game. Robbie Heap to inbound for the Thunder from the sideline. Long range three. Not good enough there for Wardlow. Heap tried to get on the back end of that O board, and the Miners all way. Pazoglu, coast to coast, like a true captain.
Yeah, could see that one coming.
Cuts it back to 17. Here's triplets. Into the hands of Wardlow. Hayes Brown, long range three. Can't get it to go down. Tapped it away with Davidson. He grabbed his own ball. Did well there to Jack Davidson. And Davidson might go for a mid-range shot. Does so. Clean. You right, Jay? Who said the mid-range shot was dead?
Being pulled back out tonight.
15 points the margin in favour of Keilor. Saw a couple of decent mid-range shots in the women's earlier tonight as well. Hayes Brown was caught napping.
Yeah, Nick's frustrated himself there. He knew if he could have caught that cleanly, he was off to the races.
And would have cut it back to 13 and make things a little bit more interesting. As Lloyd takes a spell and Lingard back on the floor. Triplets. Into the hands of Wardlow. Got to use Hayes Brown as the screen. And trouble called there on Wardlow. Not happy with the decision from the official.
But even his coach told him he shuffled his feet.
So Davidson up the floor for the Miners. Kicks it off to Rudolph. Back to Davidson. Davidson going to try and drive. Try to do everything.
Spiked by Riak.
Riak did everything good there. Wardlow. Hands it to Heath. Triplet in the corner for three. Bit long on the shot there from Zach Triplet. And away go to Miners.
Yeah, Triplet just hasn't found his range today.
Pazoglu. Beautiful there from the captain of the Miners. Cuts it back to 13.
He saw Robbie Heath there and decided not to go up.
Pazoglu up to 18 and 8 for the game. Riak to Wardlow. Heath kicks it to Wardlow. Wardlow going to try and go over the top. Tried to find Riak. Pazoglu, good awareness there. Here's we go. I was going to say Thosby normally seeks those. Not tonight,
Also,
though.
so kind of surprised Nick didn't just go up there. There's no way Triplet's going to contest him at the rim.
Here's Triplet. Doesn't roll in, but Zach can go to the line for two. Here we go, Zach Triplet. First one drops down quite convincingly there for Zach Triplet. Sends it back out to 14. 7:15 left. Triplet drains the second. 15 points the margin in favour of Keilor. Here's Davidson. Was thinking long range three. Might go inside instead. Shot from the elbow wasn't bad for Davidson. Pazoglu. Oh, did well. Davidson in the corner for three. Drains it. Cuts it back to a dozen.
Great vision by Nick, though.
Lewis. Ballarat in with a minor sniff. Can Keilor put a halt on that one? They do through Heath.
He's still doable at 14. They've dragged it back to respectability.
Here's Davidson. Lingard. It's going to stay with Ballarat. And that foul is on Robbie Heath.
Yeah, he's very frustrated out there. You can see it.
Jenkins back on, Ryakov. And Tyler Rudolph to inbound here for the Miners. Davidson. Long range three here for Jack Davidson. Sinks it.
Scout breakdown by Keilor.
Margin back at 11. And Ballarat coming, and they're coming quietly. Triplet. Hayes Brown. The layup. He was going to go for the jam, but the layup's just as good.
It's realistically all they got to do.
Just keep sinking twos.
No, just play pick and roll. Like, it's not guardable.
Davidson missed on the three. Triplet. Too much oomph there for Hayes Brown. Chance here for Thosby. Kicks it off to Davidson. He's on a hot streak, the American. He gets it to go again. Davidson up to 28 points. 10 points to margin.
Timeout. Ballarat are coming. I knew there was a run somewhere.
Liam Glasgow calls a timeout. And Ballarat, a 15-6 run in the first 4 and a bit minutes of this fourth quarter, Jay.
Ref's telling the assistant coach off about a water bottle.
28-4 of Jack Davidson. Well, we sort of wanted to look at Jack Davidson up close and personal tonight to see what all the hype was about, and we're starting to see it now.
Prove me wrong.
He can definitely bring teams like Ballarat back into games.
Well, it was never the shooting. We always knew he could shoot. It's what he's been able to do when getting run off the line. The way, I don't always appreciate it. He kind of seeks contact and flails a little bit to get some calls, but he gets them. And he does finish well even without the calls. Like, he's had quite a few actually really good layups. But he's found a way, knowing he's going to get run off the line, that's always going to be the scout, to still be effective.
What do you think he needs to do now to really improve his game, to take that game to the next level?
Get bigger. To be fair, he's doing pretty much everything he can. He's got 28 points. He's finishing well in the paint. He's finishing well in the mid-range and from deep. At the end of the day, he's a 6-foot guard. Like, at some point, you maximize your potential, and that's what he's done. He's a great player.
Keilor 90, Ballarat 80. 5:40 left in the fourth. Here's Reese Lewis up the floor for the Thunder. Triplet, back to Lewis. To Hayes Brown at the 45. Up top here for Triplet. Kicks it off into the corner for Robbie Heath. Triplet might try and go in the post. Does so. Misses. Ballarat did really well there. Well done there by Pazoglu. Found Davidson. Davidson, no! Misses on that shot there. And Rudolph thought it was going to go his way with the O board. And did not.
Almost an 8-second count.
Triplet. Floater. Hayes Brown wanted to make sure it went in, but the floater was good enough from Zach Triplet. Here's Davidson, coast to coast.
It's got to be something. I guess they're saying Reese Lewis's feet were in the no-charge zone.
Triplet, Heath, Lewis on the opposite 45 now for the Thunder. 4.5 left in the fourth. Try to go in. Chance here for Jenkins. Draws his foul. Jenkins going to go to the line for the extras.
Tell you what, we really do need replay in this league. There's some of these, like, bang-bang plays I'd love to get a second look at.
That's Rudolph's third foul. Jenkins drops the first. 13 points in favour of Keilor. 4.5 left. 93-80. This has been a really good game tonight.
It really has.
It's been competitive. There's been highlights. It's been physical. It's everything you want.
We've had dunks and blocks.
Yep. It's everything you want in a game of hoops. And then
that
some.
chase down by Nick, though, my God.
Long range. Thosby hits the three.
Back to a 10-point game.
9 points
11.
now. 11. Your match is better than mine. 94 to 83. Lewis. Triplet. Long range three. Can't drain it down. Mopped up in the end by Davidson. Davidson to Thosby. Finds Hayes Brown.
Handed it right to Hayes Brown. He
Not
didn't have to do anything.
Not the intended target for Adam Thosby. And there's no way you're going to get past Ollie Hayes Brown like that. Here's Triplets. Inwards, travel called there on Jenkins.
Realistically, she's got to shoot that. Timeout by Ballarat.
It's not doom and gloom yet for Ballarat.
No, they're still in this. There's more than enough time to make a run.
And they've made a massive run in this last quarter. It's been an 18 to 10 onslaught in favour of the Miners. As we look at some of the other scores from some of the other games happening right now for your Friday night. 4 Friday night games. We are so lucky. So in the women's games earlier tonight, wins the Sandringham over Keilor 87 to 72. Keilor got it done here against Ballarat by 10, 64 to 54. Mount Gambier put Casey to the sword, 105 to 70. And Ringwood got it done by 13, 78 to 65 over Diamond Valley in the women's. And then in the men's, Keilor putting Sandringham to the sword, 91 to 58. There's a lot of conversations that are going to be happening if you are a Sabres fan. Mount Gambier by 17.
Sabres will work it out. They're one of those clubs, you know, at some point it'll turn for them.
And Diamond Valley lead Ringwood by 9 points, 54 to 45. And this game here, the Thunder lead by 11 over the Miners. Davidson tried to find Thosby. Lewis tried really hard, like Superman, to grab onto the ball and keep it in.
Those
Couldn't do so.
are really hard to grab.
In the hands of Thosby. Long ball's good. Kicks it off. Rudolph for 3. Misses. Jenkins mops up. Lewis. Robbie Heath in the corner. And it's going to be going the way of the Miners.
Yeah, offensive foul. He's calling
On
kick
Robbie
out.
Heath. Yeah. So that's Robbie Heath's second foul of the game. Bit of a positive sign for both sides too, Jay, with 3 minutes to go. There is no one on 4 fouls on the floor right now. Inside.
He's got to
potentially
just
for
shoot
Rudolph.
that.
He should have done a lot better there, Tyler Rudolph.
Jake Lloyd's just got to shoot it. He caught on.
He did.
And that's 4 fouls on Rudolph.
Yep.
Commentator's curse and all that.
Tyler Rudolph's got to be very careful now. Reese Lewis. Bounce pass is good to Hayes Brown. Hayes Brown got to try and go inside the paint. Got blocked off there beautifully by Rudolph. My apologies.
Rudolph.
He's made amends. Thosby for 3. Can't drain it to go down.
Davidson's pulled it in though.
Long range. Is it good? It's good for Tyler Rudolph. He has made amends.
8-point game.
94-86, 2.5 left. Triplet. 2:20 left. The floater from Zach Triplet was good. It missed though. It's got to go the way of Ballarat. Wardlow back on.
Yeah, that's a good call.
It's going to be Tyler Rudolph to inbound here for the Miners. 2:18 left. Ballarat 21 points in this quarter. Keilor only 10.
Get a little mop squad action in.
Pazoglu.
Try and let it roll up and save as much time as anything.
Hands it off. Long range three, misses. Probably the intended person to put it to, though, was Adam Thosby. Couldn't get it to go down, no, Thosby. Here's Jenkins up the floor. Jenkins. Foul called. Going to go away to Thunder. And that's on Lloyd. Lloyd's fourth. So Rudolph and Lloyd are both in foul trouble. And for Luke Sunderland, it's a matter of, do you take one of them off, do you take both of them off, or do you run the gauntlet here in the last minute 59?
Yeah, risk it. What are you protecting them for at this point?
Exactly. They're trying to come back, that's the thing.
If they foul out, it doesn't mean anything. It's only 8 points. He's missed his first one, so at worst it's 9. 3 threes from Davidson.
Jenkins, can he make it a 9-point advantage? He can't. It rolled out, and it's gone away to the minors.
And all the momentum's with them. The clock's just not their friend right now.
8 points, under 2 minutes to go. They hit a 3 here from this possession. Game on. Davidson, Rudolph, right on cue, misses. Triplets. Gets
Now
the
you
rebound.
have to foul on pressure.
Wardlow gets it back to Triplet. Triplet at the 45. Kicks it off to Heath. Heath might go for deep 3 here. Might get it. No, he won't.
Got the stop you needed, but now you really need to convert.
Pazoglu inwards. 10. Lloyd puts it in.
Back to 6.
10 points for Jake Lloyd. Turnover. Pazoglu.
4, and there's the timeout.
4 points the margin. And Nick Pazoglu, again, the catalyst for the return for Ballarat.
Gives him his 20 and 10 game. My thing, though, is he's shooting 82%. At what point are you turning down shots you should be taking if you're this hot?
Pazoglu on a double-double, 20 and 10. For Jack Davidson, again, 28 and 6. Rudolph has been really good in this last quarter, 16 and 5. It's been a great turnaround from the Miners.
This is going to be a long 1.5 minutes.
And then on the other end, Ollie Hayes-Brown with 19 and 9. He's almost on a double-double himself. Zach Triplett on 16 and 6. Robbie Heath on 13 and 3. And Jenkins 11 and 7. 81 seconds. Miners down by 4.
They're not advancing, so they're going to keep their full 24 seconds and take it from the backcourt.
And here comes Zach Triplett.
Yeah, they could certainly use his shooting right now.
Wardlow directing a bit of traffic on the floor. To Riak. Hands it off to Triplett. Triplett at the 45. Has got Lloyd to contend with. Lloyd's got to be careful. He's in foul trouble. Triplett might go for the floater. Denied by Pazoglu. Thosby, coast to coast. It's 2 points to margin now.
Yeah, I think I might stand as well so we don't miss nothing.
Nick Pazoglu's got
Realistically, they just need a stop.
Pazoglu's got beast mode in this second half. Wardlow loses the ball.
And there's the turnover.
Minus ball. 35 seconds left. We got the close one last night in Melbourne against Waverley, and we got the close one again tonight.
What's Davidson got in the bag?
Jack Davidson.
It's the moment he was brought in for.
Up the front court. What can he do? Kicks it off. Rudolph for 3. Ballarat can't get the
Knicks
lead.
brought it back in.
Rudolph goes again. Can't get it to go again. Keilor, hold on to it. Triplett draws his foul.
Needs to make minimum 1, ideally 2.
The foul's on Davidson.
It's a good foul by Davidson. You need as much time left on that clock as possible. If they make the second one, they likely advance, draw something up.
Yep. And these are pivotal free throw shots now for Zach Triplett.
If he makes both, this becomes hard. If he makes one, Ballarat are coming.
Lewis back in, React back in, Wardlow off. The fans at Keilor hold their breath. And the noise will tell you the story shortly. Zach triplets. Drops the first.
No timeout.
He misses. Pazoglu. It's all or nothing now. 12 seconds left. Pazoglu. Gonna have to do something. He's gonna have to go back. Does so. Rudolph. Davidson. Hands it back. Rudolph. Mid-range. Misses. Keilor, hold on. Keilor, hold on. And they've beaten Ballarat in a Friday night thriller here at the stadium. What a contest. What a game for Keilor. And what a win. Ballarat came back, and they came back strong. But it was Keilor who got the better of it. And another thriller. Done and dusted. What a game this has been. Hands up to Ollie Hayes-Brown and Zach Triplett. Massive. Absolutely massive. But Jack Davidson did everything right in the end. And you got to feel for Tyler Rudolph. Rudolph had two looks from outside. And for Tyler Rudolph, it wasn't enough in the end. And what a big win for Keilor. 95-92. And we got another thriller tonight. But credit is where credit is due to Ballarat. And I'll take a lot of learnings out of this game. But as we close here tonight, it was Keilor who get the thrilling win at the end. 95-92. And they're going to back it up now in 24 hours when they take on the Melbourne Tigers here at Keilor Basketball Stadium. On behalf of Jamie Beaton, a huge thank you to Todd Morris and to everyone behind the scenes. I've been Michael Thompson. We're signing off. I'll catch you guys tomorrow night for the game between Dandenong and Hobart. But as we leave here, it was a 10-point win to Keilor in the women's game and a 3-point win to Keilor in the men's.